Hey, Waylon the Welder coming back at you. Today I'm going to talk to you about doing a 1G V-groove whip back and using 7/18s. Instead of doing stringers, we're going to do weave beads. It's going to be 3 welds. Okay? 3 weave beads. I don't care if you use circles, zigzags, figure eights. Some people like doing those squares. Whatever you like the best, whatever looks the best, that's what I suggest you do. Okay? I normally partially side with a zigzag or a circular motion. 9 times out of 10, that's what I'm gonna do. First one up, root weld. Root weld is gonna tie all 3 of these in together. Okay, don't be afraid to go in there and do a zigzag, let it fill up. Okay, you got a backing strip. You're not gonna burn a hole through it, hopefully. I mean, okay. Second one, gonna do a weave filler. Okay. We want to fill it up to about 1/8 of an inch, maybe a little closer to the surface. Don't let it come out of the groove. You don't want it to come higher than your groove, because that's going to mess up your cap. Okay? And then lastly, you're going to do 1 cap. It needs to have a smooth, gradual transition from toe to toe, okay, from side to side. It needs to be smooth. It needs to be smooth. It needs to be like Braille, so Helen Keller could read it. You'd be like, oh, this is a beautiful weld, okay? A lot of people don't do weave beads. A lot of people don't like weave beads. They say they're not strong or they're not approved, and I can tell you as a CWI, that's not the truth. On the WPS, it says weave beads are permitted, or it says either or, whichever one you want to do, whichever one you're good at. Usually the people who don't like weave beads are the ones who can't do weave beads, from experience. So in this class, for this assignment, we're going to do weave beads. Out in the real world, what you want to do, whatever your supervisor says, whatever the WPS says, that's what you got to follow. Either stringers or weave, that's why we're going to do both. We're going to do both probably in all positions too, except for horizontal, okay? So we're going to have 3 welds, root, filler, cap, in that order. We're going to do those outside. I'm going to do a demonstration for you now. All right, so we got our V-groove set up. 1/4 inch gap. I did grind the backing strip. I always like to grind that mill scale off. Got tacks on both ends here. Notice there's none on the back. Don't put none on the back because we want to be able to use our plasma cutter to get smooth cuts off of there, okay? Got a 1/4 inch root opening there. 30-degree bevels. We got a 60-degree bevel opening, okay? We're going to do weave beads on this. All right, got a Miller XMT 350. We're going to be using for this assignment. It's make sure you check it in its on stick. If it's on TIG for some reason, you need to flip it back over to stick, okay? Make sure your arc control over here is on about 40 to 50 for a 70/18. Make sure that's shut and adjust the amps if you need to by that knob there. We're going to be running about 120, so I'm just going to leave it where it's at. All right, so for my first weld, I'm going to come in here, start on my run-off tab, backing strip. I'm going to come in here, make some circles, zigzags. When I get into this groove here, I'm just going to pause for a second, let it build up to where I want it, and then I'm going to move forward. I'm going to tie all 3 of these together. It's probably going to take 2 welding rods, maybe 3, depending on what your travel speed is. Okay, we're going to go all the way down and out, just like that. All right, rod angle's going to be the same. We're going to have about a 10 to 15 degree drag straight up in the middle. Here we go, eyeballs. Doing a weave bead, 120 amps. I'm going to go ahead and start my little circles, get it built up. Give me a nice big funnel when I come in. Coming in the groove here now. I like it, so I'm moving forward. All right, so we got our root weld in, weave bead, okay? And so it is a little bit higher than the one on the stringer. I want to put a little bit more in there so my filler doesn't have to do so much work. That did take me 2 rods. There is a restart somewhere in here. I think that might be it right there. Okay. Next weld, number 2, filler. Gonna come in here and weave side to side. Let it fill up in this groove. I'm gonna let it come up these bevels. I'm not gonna let it come out of the bevels. Don't let it come out of the bevel because you're gonna mess your cap up. Okay. I don't know how many it's going to take. We're going to have to get in there and see what we're going to have to watch the well puddle, see how high it is or where it's at on those bevels to tell me if I need to speed up or slow down. Rod angle is going to be the same. We're going to be straight up on it like this. Travel angle is going to be a little bit of a drag, 10 to 15, okay? All right, second pass. Eyeball. Gonna do a weave bead, gonna let it build up when I get in there. I'm doing zigzags, you can do circles, zigzags, squares, whatever. See, I got it where I want it, and now I'm gonna start moving forward. All right, so we got our number 2 weld, our filler in, weave bead. Got 2.5 rods in there. Okay, notice I got a little bit of an edge still showing on to put my cap on. That's gonna be my guide to go. That's why I don't want to lose those. Okay, up here I might have got a little high there, but I think we're gonna be fine. Okay. Cap bead, gonna be a weave bead again. Come in, I'm going edge to edge, edge to edge, okay? All the way over. I'm going to take the edge of this core and I'm gonna run it to there, to there. I'm not coming over here. I'm not coming right here. I need to go edge to edge. And you'll have an edge to go by if you didn't mess it up on your filler and crush that top beveled edge. You'll have something to go by. Attention to detail. Doing the same thing over and over and over to make sure we got a good weld. Edge to edge, edge to edge. Okay, do not come over here. If you come over here on each side, you're already 1/8 of an inch out of the groove opening, which is not allowed, okay? All right, this is our last bead, final pass, cap pass, weld number 3, okay? So I'm just get a little bit of that on there. So we'll come in here, do our weave bead. Eyeballs. And let this build up first. Now I'm going to start moving. Watch that well puddle behind you. All right, just finished up our cap pass with a weave bead, side to side, edge to edge. Notice it's not too flat. Don't have any underfill, and it doesn't have too much reinforcement, no excessive reinforcement, okay? That's what I want. That's 3 welds. Took a lot, it's a lot quicker. I see a little hiccup right here. That looks like maybe a touch of undercut. And then I had a piece of splatter stick right there. Okay, uniform all the way through, all the way down, okay? Questions? That is weave beads for a 1G. We're gonna prepare this coupon the same way. Flip it over on its back side. We're gonna run this plasma cutter right down the edge of this backing strap.
you got two nice bevels there. And you got a nice backing strap that you're going to flip them over and add it back to it. Okay? Get your gap set. Once you get that set, tacked together, then you got another coupon. Once you do 2 welds on the V-groove, you can scrap it then.